Hey, a new patch with some nerfs and some buff, a cool new event, and also I have to give some giveaways. Hello everyone, this is Shinobi once again with another Awaken Chaos Era video. So we finally have some buffs and some nerfs. A lot of heroes have got buffed, a few of the heroes have got nerfed. That's fine. Rebalancing in the game is a must. Of course, it is sad that Dark Hazel has been completely neutralized. But at the same time, he was pretty OP especially in the new Rift of Chaos area, and so getting rid of him was a requirement for the balance of the game. At the same time, I believe that he should have been only nerfed in dungeon rather than in PvP or in other areas. But yeah, it's what it is. We just have to bear with it and move ahead with it. And also I have got some giveaways to give. So please ensure that you give me your in-game name. So my in-game name is Shinobi, not hashtag AZ8 so-and-so. Please give me your in-game name and your guild name. So these are the two things I require from you for me to give you the giveaway. So the first 15 people who give me their in-game name and their guild name will receive the giveaway from me. Okay, you'll be getting the giveaway code. So yeah, let's move ahead and check out the new event that has come through and also talk about the nerfs and buffs. Hey, before we move ahead with the video, let me remind all my viewers, do not forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, and if possible, share this video. But do not forget to comment on the video. You have got certain giveaways to take away, so do not forget to do that. The first 15 people are going to get the giveaway. So we have the Dawn Guard event. Awesome, that's great. I did the first one, the first challenge in common. Yeah, it was easy, but let's see if the second part will be just as easy or is it going to be harder. Okay, I'm just using a random team over here. Yeah, of course you'll tell me, Shinobi, that's not random. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay. But the good thing is that at least they have now shown the leader ability over here. I like that. That's what I wanted in the previous, I think in my previous video I had said that if they are showing this leader ability in the icon itself, that allows us to identify which heroes to use and we don't have to remember them. We just have to remember the icons. Yeah, so we have the leader ability showing there, which is great on all heroes. So I'm just using this random team to see if I can beat that hard part over there, right? So you can get a maximum of like 99,000 points in damage. That's great, so you can get better rewards out of it. So these kind of events, we have seen it in the past as well, and I think like we need more of this. This is just, I would say, just the tip of the iceberg. I would say I think like we should have this event every month, and so that, you know, we can get some free rewards and also at the same time give us something else to do other than just grind those dungeons. But anyway, this looks great. So I'm able to finish off what do you call, hard as well. And now let's look at the nightmare. It did not take a lot of time doing hard. Let's see if we can actually do mythic. Oh no, I can't do mythic today. I have to reach a special certain damage. What is the criteria for it? Massive damage. I think like really he's dying off. How much more can I deal? Is there any other criteria for it? Maybe I have to wait for 3 days. I don't know. Why is my mythic not open? Let's go ahead and challenge this once more and see how this will happen. How much points do I need? And anyway, I don't understand. I'm able to beat him off in the first round itself. So 50 round limit. I'm able to finish it off in the first round in hard, right? Oh wait, let me just go back. Will my chance be finished as well? I think my chance is also gone. Okay, my chance is also gone. Or was I simply doing normal? No. Yeah, I'm at hard. I'm not at common. I'm at hard. So let's see if I can get some points out of here and be able to reach mythic. If I'm not able to reach mythic, I don't understand. because he's dying off. I'm able to finish him off just in like on the first round itself. So I do not understand what do I need to reach mythic. Let's see. Let's see if I'm able to finish him off now. Yeah, no. Yep, on the first round he's done out here. Let's see in the second round. Or maybe I just misused my one key. I can only use 3 keys. I think like I was only hitting common rather than I was hitting hard. I should have finished off hard. I had already done my common. Don't do the same mistake. Don't do the same mistake. Let's see. Did I finish off and reach mythic? Yeah, this is new record. So I think like I reached mythic. Yeah, I'll have to do mythic tomorrow. But yeah, up to hard, it was pretty easy. Yeah, that's right. My bad. I should not have done this. So yeah, so that's done. So this event is pretty easy. The more damage, I think in mythic, you'll be able to go up to 50 rounds. And so the more damage you're able to deal, the more rewards you're going to get. And that's what we want. We want better rewards. We want to get some rewards from here and also from the market. Of course, in market, we have this really cool avatar that I want. Yep, I want this avatar. Doesn't look like Shinobi, but still, that looks great. And you can also get this legendary book. And of course, the ancient summoning crystal. And plenty of advanced summon charm. Yeah, so that's all that we can, sorry, advanced gear charm, not summon charm. Oh, yeah. So that's all that we can think about in this event. At least we are going to get some freebies. Yeah, there is only limited chances for us to get a lot of points or damage and on those coins, but that's what it is. Okay, so now let's quickly look at all the nerfs and buffs that has occurred, and then we can move ahead. Okay, before we look at the nerfs and buffs, let's quickly look at the new hero Andros. Of course, he is the reskin of Andre. Okay, so we have got Dark Andre and we have got Water Andre in Epic, and we now have a Fire Andre. Okay, that's great. Let's see if he has got something similar to their skills. When an ally is attacked, launches a counterattack with special ability, 1 round cooldown, so he can only do that once. Okay, great. Damage of counterattack is increased by 50% if the attacker casts an area ability. Looks really good for Rift of Chaos, I would say. Yeah, looks really good for Rift of Chaos. I would certainly like to see that. Okay. And so this counterattack, the damage from the counterattack can be increased to 100% if attacker casts an area ability if this guy is ascended. Awesome. And he's an epic. That's really good. That's a really good skill, I would say. Then his basic, it deals 130% damage to one enemy and applies ignite to them for 2 turns. Another ignite hero. Obviously, Andros is the opposite of Hydros. Okay, so here comes the special ability of Andros. Fiery Impact deals 130% damage to one enemy, applies ignite to them for 2 turns, and recovers health equal to 50% of damaged health. That's great. That's really great. Okay, that's a good skill. Now let's look at his ultimate. He gains bonus focus and launches 4 attack on one enemy to deal 270% damage in total. So that's in total, okay? Each attack has 80% chance to apply 1 stack of ignite to the enemy for 2 turns. Okay, so he can place 4 ignites and he has got 80% chance to do that. Awesome. Awesome. He can be paired very well with... No. Yeah, there are other better ignite heroes as well. But I think like for Rift of Chaos, I think he looks pretty good because he has got 8-tier health. He's got an 8-tier attack, an okay speed. I would say 113 is not really at the top end of the speed, but an okay speed. I'll say because he's much more tankier, and because he has got self-sustain on his special, I think like he'll be used more in Rift of Chaos rather than in other areas within the game. So yeah, so this, and then he's an epic. That's the best part, okay? He's an epic. So we have got another hero that we will possibly be able to use on the new content. So that's great. Now I'm now moving on to the buffs and nerfs. So let's quickly look at all the buffs and nerfs. We have got Crazed Urzak here. His special ability has been buffed up. He has got a maximum of 4 rage, and anyways, as soon as he reaches 4 rage, he's going to launch, he consumes all rage and launches a bonus attack. So instead of waiting for 5 rage, he is going to get that within 4 rage, which is kind of like a buff, because the rage is not going to do a lot of stuff for him other than give him that bonus attack, right? And so he can do that for 2 times per round, but right now, as soon as he reaches 4 rage, he's going to get that bonus attack. So he's going to do that bonus attack more frequently rather than less frequently. Okay, so wow, great words, Shinobi. Okay, so let's look at the next hero. Next we have got Gavin. Of course, I got him. I took him to 70 and tried to use him in Rift of Chaos. Unfortunately, he has very low health, and that means he dies pretty soon. So at least he got buffed, so let me see if I can use him again. So his special ability, it increased the counterattack damage from 100% to 150%, which is awesome. A 50% increase on a counterattack damage is huge. So he has got a massive buff on his damage, which is absolutely wonderful. And his trait ability, attack ignores 35%, attack ignores 35% instead of 30% of target's defense. So that is simply wonderful, you know, like he's now going to ignore more of the defense. So basically he's going to deal more damage from his counterattack, and he's also going to ignore the defense, which is great. Awesome. So the percentage is increased by 15% instead of 10% per positive effect on this hero. So the more positive effects you're going to give him, he's going to ignore more defense. But unfortunately, it has been capped to 80%. So yeah, that's it. But still, this is really great. Okay, so he's going to start with 35% ignore defense, and then you give him 1 buff, it reaches 50%. So he requires just 3 buffs on him. So if you give him shield set, possibly he already has 1 set, I would say that will be only for PvP, not for dungeons, but in possibly give him somebody who can give shield at the start of the round, like Brand, and that would mean that he's already ignoring 50% of the target's defense, and anyway, he's also going to deal 50% more damage rather than 100%. He's going to deal 150% on his counterattack. Awesome. That's great. That's a really good buff. I will have to test him out to see whether that translates into actual damage or not. Okay. Then we have Thor. Because Thor was pretty hyped up hero, but yeah, he had certain problems. Let's see if this buff is going to do something good for him. So his special ability, increase the counterattack damage from 100% to 120%, and max health based true damage from 15% to 20%. Again, an increase in damage, even if it's just by 20%, I think is huge. All right. So again, I'll have to test him out to see if this is going to actually translate into a really good damage or not. But at the same time, his max health based true damage has also increased from 15 to 20%, which is huge against bosses. Okay. So obviously, Ace has this time decided to increase the damage of some heroes, which is a good thing. You know, that means that more of the heroes can be used for various areas. So I think like Thor may find him someplace, you know, some use in some places. So we'll have to test and see how good that is, how true that is. And yeah, I'll get back to you once I have tested out Thor, once I have built him up and have tested him out. Okay. Alright, another buff is for Yolanda. Her ultimate, when she places the shield, she's going to increase the crit resistance from 50% to 100%. So she's going to basically make you 100% crit resistance, which I think is basically useful for PvP. I don't think it's going to be used anywhere else. If you're thinking about using her in Rift of Chaos to reduce the crit resistance, maybe if you are having such good gear that you want to get that crit resistance so that you can survive a little bit, that's great. But usually, you know, Rift of Chaos, the boss is able to one-shot you. His punch is too hard for us to survive. Even his non-crit damage hit you really hard. So yeah, a kind of a okay buff, I would say. As far as Tucker is concerned, I'm not really sure if that's a buff or a nerf. Because at the start of the round, he's anyhow going to gain a random stat up for 2 turns with a 2-round cooldown. And when attacked, if health is below 30%, gains damage reflections for 3 turns up to 1 time per battle. Now this, if you're going for a long-standing battle in dungeons, I think like this is just for 3 turns, right? So he's not going to gain much. It's not going to be a big difference for us. Maybe in PvP, but he's not like a PvP hero. But at least his health recovery has increased, right? So in his basic ability, increase the health recovery from 5% to a max health, so 5% of max health to 10%, which is a buff, and that's okay. That's great for him. So possibly he might be, you can simply use him just like you're using Roger, but Roger, his reflect is always there. I would prefer that Tucker's reflect was always there, and that would have been much better. Anyways, let's look at the next. Now, Terrace is somebody who used to terrorize everybody's sleep. If you got him, you would not be able to sleep because he was completely unusable. So what did they do? His trait ability, they increased, so in his trait ability, they increased the health recovery from 10% of max health to 15% of max health per turn of target's remaining ability cooldown, which is great. They have at least given him more survivability. Now, when if he's ascended, when attacked, if the target's ultimate ability has no cooldown instead of ease in cooldown, reduces damage received by 35% instead of 20%. Okay, so that means that if the target is doing an ultimate ability on him instead of ease in cooldown, if the target is doing an ultimate ability on him, he will reduce the damage received by 35% instead of earlier 20%. That means it's pretty hard to nuke him out. Okay. So basically that's because he's so slow. He's going second. They have given him some survivability, but still I don't know how much of damage he's going to deal, and so still we'll have to test him out to see if we can get enough damage out of him, and then we can say that he's usable or not. Or if somebody of you have already built him, I don't know if you had that nightmare to build him. So if you had already built him, let me know how much of damage he's dealing now. Okay, so let's move on to the next. Now, Rick was the first hero on whom I had done a first look video. Okay, so, but after that, I could hardly use him because he was not doing a lot of damage. But now what they have done is that they have increased the crit resistance bonus from 50% to 100% for him. But you have to keep him in stealth. And if he's awakened, when with stealth, damage is increased by 30%. And that is only only the trait ability, okay? If he's awakened and he's on stealth, then his damage is increased by 30%. And in ultimate ability, increased the defense PS from 30% to 50%. So I hope that right now he's going to deal much more damage than what was advertised at the time, okay? When I had tested him, he was dealing an okay damage. It's not that his damage was bad, but not at the top tier kind of situation. I hope this will change the situation and maybe take him to one of those, single target nukers. I hope so. I'll have to test him out to give you a confirmation. Now, Imogen is another hero for whom I had always hoped that they would increase the damage. It is great to see that on her special ability, increase the damage from 30% and 60% to 40% and 80%, and reduce the decay ratio from 15% to 10%. Awesome. I hope that she will now be able to do a lot more damage from her special ability. That is what we wanted. That is the kind of buffs that we want. Ultimate ability, increase the bonus damage dealt to the primary target from 30% to 50% and remove the prerequisite of positive effect removal. That is great. That is simply great. Okay, so you do not have to worry about her having to remove the positive effect, and she's going to deal much more damage on the, at least on the primary target. And of course, it doesn't require her, that doesn't mean that she's not going to deal a lot of damage on the others as well. And I like that the special abilities, which is like, you know, her counter attack, when an ally attacks, she launches a joint attack, and that damage has been increased significantly, including the reduction in the decay ratio of the moonlight. This is awesome. This is awesome. Okay, I'm hoping that I can now use her much more efficiently in Void Tower. Of course, in Void Tower and PvP, that's where you're going to use her, and I hope that I can get much more use out of her. Now, Dark Nicholas is also another important mention because his damage has been increased on his basic ability and also on his ultimate ability. So instead of giving that damage increase from booking him, from getting his masteries done, they have increased it on basically his ability over here, which would mean that instead of getting a level 7 damage increase, they're just going to reduce that ability cooldown by 1 turn and increase the damage over here, which is awesome. Okay, but that also means that he's going to be much more powerful in arena. So when you're going to face him in arena, he's going to hit you harder because both his basic and his ultimate has now gained a significant increase in damage. That's going to be difficult. And of course, Vengeful Hassel has to be mentioned as the last hero. I'm not going to mention more. This is the last one that I'm going to talk about, and he has been torn down. Okay, so Ace went against him vengefully. Okay, so already he was what do you call, nerfed when this ability of his could not be placed on cooldown by another person's another allies or enemies ability effect. So this would not have gone down in cooldown, and now even if those guys are going to be even if those team members are revived, they are not going to use their ultimates if their ultimates are not already on cooldown. Okay, so they are just going to use their basic or special, whichever is available, when they are revived. And that would mean that he has been significantly nerfed. Okay, and that's because he was just OP at the Rift of Chaos. Everybody were cheesing it out using him, and so now what they did was just nerf him out completely, and that's it. That's what is happening over here. In a sense, it is sad for those people who have actually got Dark Hassel. I'm with them, you know, they will be really sad that they will not be able to use him properly. But at the same time, yeah, he was just too OP. I think he was just too powerful. And I think like they should have nerfed him just for dungeons and not for PvP. Especially his ultimate in the new nerf that has come through. It should have been only for PvP. Sorry, PvE rather than for PvP, and then that would have been fine because now no one will be able to cheese it out in Rift of Chaos, but at least in PvP they'll be able to use him. But it's what it is. He was too powerful and he needed to be nerfed, and it was very difficult to get him to a situation where his skill sets would not be completely changed. Otherwise we'll have to completely rework him, and I think like that's fine. Basically, maybe because I don't have him, but still I think like that's fine. So that's what I have to say in this video. It's been a long video, I'm sorry for that, but let me know what you think about these nerfs and buffs. And of course there are the looks that they have changed, the modification on the graphics, the changes that they have brought in, you know, the optimization, the visual optimization, and also the way you're going to play the game. It's great, I like it, I have no problem with it. I just hope that, you know, like we have more buffs and nerfs soon, such that we should be able to have some other heroes also who are able to finish off certain other contents, and also other heroes that we are completely not using, they should be brought into use. So I hope they'll be doing these pretty soon, maybe in the next month or a month or two we should be getting those things. So let me know what you think about these nerfs and buffs. Let me know what you think about the new hero and also the new event. Of course, it's a simple event, not a lot of great rewards, but at the same time, it's still a freebie, right? So you're getting it free. So do not forget to do those events as well, and just enjoy the game. So until next time, peace, love, and blessings to you. Shinobi out.